When I was a little bit younger, like a year or two ago, I was under the impression that adults were always right and that they would never give me any false information. Now, this is sort of true. In most cases, adults are somewhat smarter or more knowledgeable than kids or teenagers because their brains are more developed for one and they've just had more life experiences. And hopefully, they've learned from those experiences and tried to teach whatever they learned from it, whatever lessons they picked up from those experiences. And they would never try to give you any false information. But this doesn't mean that they won't give you any false information because they don't know any better themselves. Just because they think that what they learned or whatever someone else taught them is right doesn't mean that it is actually right. For example, just about everybody around here, including my parents and my grandparents and all those people, my aunts, uncles, believe that if you go outside with your hair wet, you'll catch a cold. And there is scientific evidence that this isn't true. And I googled that. I googled it last year when I was about 14 or 15, and I found out that something that adults taught me for most of my life wasn't actually true. And that didn't sit right with me for the longest time because I was led to believe for just about my whole life that most people that are older than me are supposed to know more than me, supposed to be smarter than me. And from there it started. I started questioning more things, things that they've already taught me, things that they started telling me mid during the conversation. I became somewhat of a skeptic, to be honest, and I'm proud to call myself one now because I've learned to think for myself. And I think that's something that every teenager, especially teenagers, should learn how to do. And you should start doing it as soon as possible, especially when it comes to important decisions in your life, such as your future career, what you're going to study, if you are going to study something in college, what your subjects are going to be, what your religion is going to be, if you are even going to belong to any religion at all. Now, from that time, I started questioning more things, such as if I should go to college or not. I started learning more about web development through YouTube videos mostly. I learned that college isn't necessary for me to become a web developer, for me to become successful in general, to become an entrepreneur. I started learning about all the people that did all the things that I want to do or that I will try to do in the future that I'm confident I can do. And they did it without the college degree. They did it purely through learning, through hard work, and through smart work. And this is kind of just what I'm trying to tell you guys. You can't just blindly trust whatever an adult or your parents or someone close to you tells you. And I know this can be difficult to think about and to actually believe because you might have been raised the same way I did, but just try it out. Try questioning them more. Whenever they tell you something, ask them who told them that, or how did they find out about this? Do they know? How do they know that it's actually true? And I think a lot of you guys will come to see that some of them can't actually give proper reasoning for their beliefs. For example, I asked my father before why he believes in Islam, and he couldn't give me a proper answer for that. And it was around about there that I started questioning Islam in general, the religion, and now I'm an atheist. Like, it's crazy, honestly. I started to do my own research, I started to ask my own questions, and with those questions, I started to do more research on those questions, and I found out that I don't agree with the beliefs of Islam, of Muslims. And so I realized that I wasn't really one anymore because I didn't believe the same things that they did or what the religion wants you to believe. I didn't choose to become an atheist, really. I just became one through knowledge. And if you want me to make a separate video on that in the future, just let me know in the comments. If you do find out that your parents taught or any adults around you taught you something wrong, this doesn't mean that they're less intelligent. It's just because of their lack of knowledge and their ignorance, because their parents probably taught them that, and their grandparents probably taught their parents that, or their grandparents taught you that. And that's what happened to me. My parents tried to teach me the things that their parents and people around them all believed and what they thought were right, without actually backing up their beliefs and like questioning it, you know? And I've noticed that's another thing that a lot of people can't do. They can't think for themselves, really. They don't ask enough questions. Honestly, I would just advise you to become a skeptic in general. I think it's a good thing. Now, the main message I'm trying to get across from this video is that Just because people are older than you doesn't mean that they're smarter than you or have more knowledge than you. For example, I truly believe, like, this isn't arrogance at all, but this is just from observation. I think I'm smarter than most of the people around me. And I don't think it's a good thing because it kind of limits my own knowledge. I can't really learn that much from them. Of course, there are things that they know that I don't know, but it's things that I don't really care much about. It's not something that I'm really interested in. I would just encourage you to start asking more questions, to ask yourself, do you actually think for yourself or do you let other people think for you? Just don't be a sheep. Don't let someone else think for you and just follow them blindly. Now, that's really the main message I'm trying to get across in this video. Just start thinking for yourself, ask more questions, and become more of a skeptic. So if you found this video informative, helpful, entertaining, or any way, just leave a like, comment what your opinions on anything that I said is, and turn on your post notifications. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and yeah, you'll see me in the future.